Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. And as you saw from the title, if I was a brand new day trader, what would I do? And what I want to go through here is take the knowledge that I've accumulated over the past couple of decades of trading and then throw myself back in the situation where I'm a brand new trader. But the difference here being is if you're a genuine brand new trader, you don't know what you don't know. And that's just the big pain. So I'm going to be a brand new trader, quote unquote, but I'm going to keep all the knowledge that I've accumulated. So I want to go over some assumptions and then break down how these assumptions can affect certain areas. And a lot of these areas, because of the assumptions, I'm assuming a lot of people can relate to. So, assumption number one, low money, low capital. I remember when I was just getting started back in college, I didn't have a whole lot of money. And I think that's the same for some of you. But in all actuality, even if you do have a lot of money, I would still argue that the steps I'm going to show you here would still make a whole lot of sense. Reason number two, assumption number two, you have a full-time job. So you don't have massive flexibility within your schedule because, well, you have a job. And then assumption number three, which kind of goes back with assumption number one, you can't afford all the fancy tools, the scanners, the charts, the indicators, all the monitors, all this sort of stuff, all these tools that I'm not saying don't have value. I'm just saying those costs can add up very, very quickly. And if you already have a small amount to work with and trade with to begin with, all these extra tools becomes that much more of a challenge. So that is the assumptions that I'm putting into place here in regards to if I were a brand new trader. Now, the first thing that does need to be kept in mind is this thing called the pattern day trading rule, which at the core means you need to have at least $25,000 in your trading account. If you do not have $25,000 in your trading account, then in summary, you're not going to be able to trade as much as you want, right? A day trader, you want to make multiple trades. You want to make potentially multiple trades a day. And of course, multiple trades over a week. But with the pattern day trading rule, it really, really constrains that ability. So that's something that can definitely be a very, very big annoyance to people that are brand new. And again, with those assumptions, don't have a whole lot of money. Now, if you're saying I have more than $25,000, then okay, but I would still please keep watching the video because that's where you can get yourself in a whole lot of trouble. But we do need to factor in, okay, there is this rule out here of the pattern day trading rule, where if you have less than 25,000, you cannot trade as much as you want. But that only applies to certain things. That would apply to stocks and options. So right there, stock and options kind of have some things weighing against you. Wait, I want to be a day trader. I want to trade multiple times, but you're telling me unless I have 25,000, I can't? Not really the best thing for stocks and options. And that is exactly why I would do futures. Now I'm going to get into more reasoning, and the reasons I think are, keep getting better and better as I go through them. But within futures trading, there is no pattern day trading rule at all. You can trade as much as you want. Now, maybe like, I have no idea I've never even heard of futures trading. I always just heard of the stock market. Well, no, there are lots of markets. One of them is a futures market. So what I'll do is I'll put a link down below to this class, and it's a 4-part series, totally free, and it will get you started in the world of futures trading. So that is what I would actually do. But I want to give you some more whys and how we can overcome some of those other assumptions that are being made. So the low capital, that's okay. You can use low capital in futures, and the low capital is not going to, create any sort of headaches with pattern day trading rule because, again, the pattern day trading rule does not exist within the futures market. Now, we also had that assumption about full-time job. You don't have a whole ton of flexibility in your schedule. Well, the awesome thing about futures is coming from Schwab here. Most futures markets are open nearly 24 hours per day from Sunday evening until Friday afternoon. And yes, that is indeed true. They're open pretty much all the time. There is a little 1-hour section every day where they're closed, but other than that, they're open all day long. And then they close on officially Fridays at 6 p.m. Eastern, and then they're closed all day Saturday, but then they open back up Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And then after that, like I said, pretty much around the clock. But the point here is like, wait, when is it exact? What I'm trying to convey here is there's a lot of flexibility within a schedule. So if you have a full-time job with futures, you'll be able to find at least some section of a schedule to be able to put some trades on. And that's going to be very, very important because obviously you need to have some time in your schedule. And with futures and the flexibility it offers, you're going to have that available to you. So there we go. Job, full-time job, super busy. That is okay. Futures market open or offers a whole lot of flexibility in that regard. And the final reasoning behind all this and tool that I would use is what is known as a prop firm. Now, I don't want to get too far down in the weeds, but at the core, a prop firm allows you to put very little of your money up front at risk, yet you get a whole lot of buying power. You get a platform, you get good enough tools to use to trade, and you're all set to go. Now, the thing is, it's got to be a futures market, but hopefully I already have you sold on why futures market makes a lot of sense. But I would argue the tool of prop firms makes it that much better. So let me just kind of show you how this works, and I'll put a link down below. This is the prop firm that I'm using. So, now I'm not necessarily using them for the exact reasons here. But like I said earlier, even if you have a lot of money, prop firms just make a whole lot of sense in many different ways, mainly because your risk is so little up front. So let me go. So like I said, if you go here, it'll work, give you how it works, all of that. But what I'm mainly trying to convey is the money needed. Because remember, we're operating under the assumption that you don't have a whole lot of money. So the question really becomes, well, do you have $150? Now, in all actuality, these prices would be lower if you use the link down below. It's a special link and it'll give you promotions. So these prices are going to be even lower than what you see right now. Promotions are always changing. So that's why I'm saying to use that link so you get the best current available promotion. But just to keep this straightforward, let's just use the prices at face value. But again, to reiterate, if you use the link, this would not actually be the price. But let's say you have $150. Well, first off, that gives you $25,000 worth of purchasing power. But the key thing here is, let's say you go and you just blow things. You do something really stupid and then you lose the account. Well, what would that cost you? Would it cost you $25,000? It would not. It would cost you, well, what you paid for the account, which was $150. Or right here, if you want $50,000 in buying power, that would cost you $170. Again, it would be less because of the link and promotion, but $50,000. Now, if you go out there and act like a moron and do a bunch of stupid stuff, does that mean you lost $50,000? It does not. It means you lost what you paid for the account, which again is $170. And when you use this prop firm, they'll give you a broker that's got the charts and the tools. And the nice thing is you don't even need scanners because, well, in the futures market, you already know what you're going to trade every day because every single day, the same things give multiple opportunities. So it's not like you have got to be searching around and I got to pay for all these scanners. No, you don't need any of this. In the world of stocks, yeah, you got to figure out where's the hot stock at. But in the world of futures, you know what you're going to trade because those things provide multiple opportunities every single day. So in conclusion here, just to wrap things up, reiterate, you have low money, that is okay. Futures market, you don't need a whole lot. Why? Because prop firms will allow you to get involved, as you just saw, for very, very minimal amounts of money. And then also, it doesn't matter that you don't have a whole lot of money and that you're down below the $25,000 number. Why? Well, because that's only for stocks and options. Pattern day trading rule does not apply to those in the futures market. Full-time job. Again, as you saw, futures markets open pretty much around the clock. And then if you can't afford all those tools, again, going back to the whole prop firms, that is all part of it. So not only do you get, the $25,000 or the $50,000 in buying power along, with what you pay, you're also getting the tools and all that is needed to make trades in the market. So that is why if I was a brand new day trader, I would not only start in the futures market, I would do the futures market through prop firms. Now, if you want, you could just do the futures market flat out, but you're going to be putting a lot more of your capital at risk. And given the premise of you being brand new, you're going to do some stupid things. So I would rather have those stupid things cost you $100 or so as compared to potentially thousands of dollars because you're using your own capital right from the get-go. So that's why even when I mentioned earlier, even people with higher amounts of money, this still makes sense because your risk is just so much lower as you're not putting a whole lot of your own personal capital on the line. So again, make sure you use that link. I'll put it down below, or if you can just remember it, claytrader.com/take profit. If you go there, make sure you do, because that'll make sure that you get the best deal possible. And yeah, at least give prop firms a try. There is no Holy Grail, but I think it's a very worthwhile tool to use, especially if you're a brand new trader. And then finally, I want to personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online webinar that I'm offering, which will help you show how I build consistency, how I manage risk, And most importantly, make sure you have the right framework with the markets and your approach to it. I've been coaching traders for many years now, and a lot of people show up and they have somewhat good ideas of how things work, how things don't work, but they don't have a full understanding. And in trading, you've got to have a full understanding because little nooks and crannies will add up and ultimately cost you a whole lot of money and a whole lot of headache. So this class will be designed not necessarily to give you a holy grail because holy grails don't exist, but to make sure that you're understanding how things do work, how they don't work, how tools should be used, how tools should not be used, and making sure you have a proper understanding of this world that we call trading. So make sure you check that out. Just go to claytrader.com/live or check out the link down below so that you can see when the next live class actually is. So I hope this helps. I hope this gives you some things to at least think about because I know most people show up in the markets and they just think about the stock market. But yeah, there are other markets out there, and I would argue other markets, for the reasons given here, just make a lot more sense. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions or anything like that, please leave those down below. Take care, and I appreciate your time.